You just said the $100 question. So what do you think I found in your vehicle? A body.
Really?
Yep. And I've gathered evidence. There's forensics evidence. There's biological evidence. There's DNA evidence. That's the reason you're sitting in this room today.
This is Brenda Cross. This is John Eisman. They're being questioned for the disappearance of Andrew Sorensen. He went missing. He's their daughter's boyfriend. What follows is some pretty intense interrogation. Let's get into it.
He's zip tied in hands. He won't quit being a dumbass. You zip tie his feet. He won't shut up. So you put a sock in his mouth and then tape. And then he's still being it.
Some call him a father, some call him a monster. But what you're about to hear in this case are some disturbing details of how one father would do anything to protect his daughter from a predator.
I got called out the night.
Are you trying to trick me?
No, I'm not. I will never trick you. I will promise you that. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened.
On November 1st, 2020, Andrew Sorensen's body was reported missing by his mom in Spokane, Washington. A year later, on October 22nd, 2021, his body was discovered in the trunk of an abandoned car after locals were complaining about a foul odor. Inside the car was crucial evidence, and the owner of the car belonged to Brenda Cross. The connection became clear. Andrew was dating John's daughter. Without hesitation, cops brought both of them in for questioning. And the way they connected the dots, no one saw coming, but it all pointed to a brutal, calculated act of revenge.
When they arrested you, did they tell you what the charge was?
Am I arrested?
Yeah.
No, they didn't tell me.
Yeah, they did arrest you, so you are under arrest.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Yeah, so you are under arrest. So.
And what am I arrested for?
Murder.
Really?
Yeah. You are arrested for murder. Yeah. And obviously, my job as a detective is I investigate. I've been doing this for 36 years. So, in fact, I'm hoping to do like one more, and you're going to see me retire.
Good for you.
But I've been doing this for 36 years, and I've learned over the course of that years that there's always two sides to a story. I mean, I understand that. Nothing that happens in a person's life is black and white. I mean, there's gray areas. There's things that happen in our lives that affect how we act, what we do, and nothing's black and white. Right. And I get that sometimes people that are good people, and I'm one of those people, can make a bad decision based on emotion or events or several other things. So what I like to do is I always like to collect both sides of the story, because I know there's two sides of a story. So I've kind of collected this side of the story. That
so who's murdered?
Huh?
Who's murdered?
Well, how about this? Because I could tell you the name, and I will tell you it here. Because I'm going to be, what I will tell you, John, is as we talk, I'm going to be honest with you. Not going to bullshit you, not going to lie to you, not going to trick you. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay? Because that's who I am. I don't lie to people. I don't trick them. Like I told you earlier, there's always two sides of a story. So my job is to gather the facts, the information, and everything else, and then try to make an intelligent decision about what it is. Okay?
Look at John, playing Mr. Cool, acting like he could be less bothered about what the detective is saying. Oh, and then you got Brenda. She's being quite the defensive one.
So typically, before we bring somebody in the interview room, we know a lot of answers to the questions that we ask. So we're looking, when we ask people questions, to see, okay, are they telling the truth about the information that they're giving us? Because I already know the answers to a lot of questions. Okay? Because I got called out the night.
Are you trying to trick me?
No, I'm not. I will never trick you. I will promise you that. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Okay?
Oh, really?
Yep. I'm not here to trick you. Okay?
So it's quite clear to the seasoned detective that they both are hiding something. It's clearly visible, and they're clearly feeling guilty. So all the detective has to do now is basically just ask questions and look for any little tiny clue, any little slip to these strategic questions. The real question is, will John or Brenda walk right into the trap or be able to slither their way out?
And you said this was her boyfriend?
Mm-hmm.
And what was his name?
Andrew.
Okay.
Trying to think what his last name is. And he had two last names.
Well,
But Andy.
so how did these two first meet?
A friend of hers, Ben.
Okay.
Benjamin.
Okay.
Not Ben that I was with, a little kid, 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid.
Okay.
And she met him that way.
Okay. So when did she meet him? Do you remember?
Early summer.
Early summer of just this last year?
2019.
Okay.
I believe.
So
Or maybe late summer of 2019.
okay. So they meet through this kid Benjamin.
Mm-hmm. And they knew other people.
Okay. And then are they friends? Do they turn into dating? What kind of relationship do they end up in?
Kind of like they were buds kicking around,
Okay.
I think the boys at some point or whatever.
Right.
They were robbing me blind, and I kept looking at them and I was going, I said, if it wasn't for my daughter, I'd be beating your ass right now.
Right. So were they both stealing from you, or your
She was
daughter?
allowing it.
She was allowing it?
taking them into my house.
Okay. So now did he stay at your house for a while, or he was just
No,
she was
no.
allowing him to come over?
Mm-hmm. And take stuff.
What kind of shit were they taking from you?
Oh, all kinds of stuff. If you go look at the house, it's full of everything. It's crazy.
Right.
There's Wii systems, Xbox 360s, there's games, there's, every one of my kids didn't even ask me, I always got them a TV, I always got them a game system, always got me blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Spoil them, I guess, I don't know. But,
John wastes no time at all painting a very harsh picture of Andrew. His bitterness is obvious, but this just gave the detective all the confirmation that they needed. And next, they set their sights on Brenda, because it's only a matter of time before one of them breaks.
I got called out the early morning hours of the 22nd of October. Reference your car being found over in Hilliard.
Okay.
Okay. So your car was parked on the side of the street and it had been abandoned there.
Okay.
Okay.
And where did you say that was?
Over in Hilliard.
You said by some park.
Yeah, there's a park over there in the area of Everett in Nevada. I'm not in Nevada, I'm sorry, Everett in Napa. There's a park over there, Rochester Heights Park. It's a small little park over there. So anyway, your car was over there, okay? So, somebody called it in abandoned, okay? So obviously the plates on the car, they come back to you, okay? So officers get there and they end up looking inside the vehicle, okay? So what do you think we found in the vehicle?
I have no idea.
Okay. See this? Remember what you read? What do you think we found in the vehicle?
Was there weapons or something?
No. Homicide, right?
Okay.
What do you think we found in the vehicle?
I don't know.
Well, if I'm a homicide investigator, what do homicide investigators do?
The only thing I could think of was there a weapon or something that you used? You said you found something in the vehicle.
I don't investigate weapons. What do homicide investigators do? What do we investigate?
Murders.
Murders. You just said the $100 question. So what do you think I found in your vehicle? A body.
Really?
Yep. And you know what? I know from my investigation that you know that. Okay, so let me tell you, Brenda, this ain't my first rodeo. I've been doing this 36 years, and I know that you exactly know everything about this thing, okay? Now, what I want you to do, Brenda, is don't dig yourself into a hole, okay? Because you don't want to go down that road. Because you don't want to get yourself caught up in something that at this point, right now in this avenue, you have a chance to maybe kind of get off on a side road and help yourself.
Am I being accused of murdering?
No, at this point, I'm not accusing you of murder.
Because I didn't know there was a body in that car.
Okay, but let me tell you this. Who do you think that body was in that car, if you had to guess?
Considering that somebody's missing, possibly Andrew.
Okay.
It's almost like teaching a child something as easy as the alphabet or letters and shapes. But even Brenda fumbles. She's clearly acting dumb. She's clearly hiding something. And she's doing a horrible job at it. And then you have John attempting to paint Andrew as the villain. But very soon he's about to be hit with the full weight of the situation.
Did this guy say F you? Did you contact him? Did you try to talk to him? Did something happen? Was he a smug little, was he like a smug little punk?
No, I'm thinking he stole that goddamn car.
You're thinking he stole what car?
That car, that Honda.
The Honda? Okay.
Must have.
Okay.
You know, I thought, for a long time we thought Ashley had it, and then, like I said, then Brenda said, fuck, Stephanie. And I'm going, Stephanie can't drive. Right. We'd be called by the paramedics coming to get her because she's getting a wreck so fast. Right. You know, night times, what, right. Whoa. Right. No, I've driven with her, tried to, and said, pull over. No.
Well, John, you know as well as I do, this is not about him stealing that car. Okay, you know that, I know that.
Well,
you know as well as I do. You know as well as I do that his body was in the trunk of that car. You know that. You know that. And you know, like I said, I've gathered evidence. There's forensics evidence. There's biological evidence. There's DNA evidence. That's the reason you're sitting in this room today.
So it's obvious that John has no clear answer at all. And while the detectives are very eager for a confession, he knows he has to do something. So what he's going to do now, he's going to switch up a little bit. He's not going to speak to him as an accuser. He's going to start speaking to him as a friend. And just like that, the real reason for this horrific crime would soon come to surface.
Man to man, you killed him. It is what it is. I get it. He's a piece of shit. He trafficked your daughter. He sold her for $1,000 and he's a piece of shit. I get it. Okay? And I get you were angry. I understand that. I understand as a parent, as a father, I get it. I understand it. Tell me what led up to it. What happened? What did he do? Just be honest with me so I can go to a judge and go, look, this guy's a good guy. He worked for the county for 18 years. He's an upstanding guy. This guy trafficked his daughter. Okay? You can only push a man so far before we draw that line in the sand and say, this isn't right. This isn't right what he did. My daughter will pay for this for the rest of her life. It is not right.
Murder's not right either.
Well, sometimes it is what it is. Okay?
Well, the
sometimes
judge and jury ain't going to say that.
But a judge and a jury will hear your story. They'll hear your story. But it's important for you to tell your story because a jury needs to hear your story. When a jury is looking at this video, are they looking at you and going, you know what? This guy's a prick who is just an asshole and he shouldn't have done it? Or is it a jury who listens to your side of the story on this video and goes, you know what? I got a daughter. I get it. I understand why this guy did what he did. I understand it. Okay? I understand it. They need to hear that from you. They need to hear your side of the story. It's important for you, for what happens after this. This is your chance. This is your chance to tell that jury right there what happened and why this piece of shit got what he deserved. That's all I'm telling you, man to man. Tell your story. Tell me what happened.
Well, I'd like to kill him.
Okay.
I really, but no, he stole the car, evidently, because he's in it.
Well, you killed him. I know that. So,
okay.
Once again, John.
How do you know I killed him?
Because I have evidence. I have statements. There's more people. There's more people than you that know about this. I don't have you arrested here for no reason, okay? Once again, I'm just trying to get you to tell the people that you'll eventually talk to in front of a jury what happened, okay? Well, just tell me what happened. I know about the property up north. I know that you never intended for that car to end up in the city of Spokane. That was got to be like a...
Well,
I mean, let's be honest. You had to have an moment when the police showed up on your doorstep Friday. You had to go.
I'm sure your buddy could see I was having an awesome moment.
I could tell you were. So you know right there when the major crimes detectives walked up, you went, they found Andrew's body. You knew it.
John is clearly cornered, but what really tightens the noose around his neck is how much the detective already knows. That's because John and Brenda, they're not exactly masterminds, okay? Let me tell you what they did. They bragged to their neighbors about what they did, and the neighbors did not hesitate to call the cops. John's still trying to squirm his way out with every little effort. Meanwhile, Brenda, who's clearly more defensive, isn't backing down either. She takes a step further than John, and that's when the investigation takes a interesting turn.
But Brenda, it's time to be honest with
You're accusing John of
Okay.
murdering him?
Yes.
And what knowledge do you have of that?
Okay, I'm not going to give you all what I have, okay?
You want me to give you information, but you won't tell me anything?
Well, because you have to understand, the problem is, this is the problem. If I sit here and tell you what I know, right, then, like I told you before, the reason I ask questions is to just verify that what you tell me is either you're telling me the truth or you're not. If I sit here and tell you all the information I have about what I know and why I know it, then if I ask you a question, you already know everything I told you. I can't determine whether you're telling me the truth or not, okay? So I'm not going to sit here. I can't sit here and tell you what I know because I just can't. But I'm trying to help you here. I really am, because I'm just trying to figure out, I get it. I get how angry John had to be. I understand as a father. I understand that this father did things to your daughter that no human being is supposed to do to daddy's girl. And I understand why your husband was angry. And I understand why he did what he did. Okay? But you need to be honest with me about what you know about this, okay? I know the car belongs to you. I know where the car was parked, where it sat. I know the names. I know the property where it was at. I know all these things, okay? I've been to the property where it was at. I've been pretty much working 24/7 on this case since the time I rolled up on Friday night last night and found a body in the
What
back
property where
of
was
your
that?
car. Huh?
What property?
It's up above Riverside. I know exactly where it's at. Okay?
I didn't know where it was at.
Okay, well, I know where it's at, and I know where the car was parked. In fact, there were deputies up on that property back in March, and the car was sitting there. Okay? So I know, believe me, I've done my homework, Brenda, and like I said, I'm not trying to be not at all. I told you from the time I started that I was going to be completely honest with you, and I have been nothing but honest with you. There was a body in the back of your car. The body belongs to Andrew. I know from my investigation that John killed Andrew, and we need to deal with
How
that.
do you know that?
Believe
I don't
me.
believe that.
I have evidence from the car. Okay, I processed the car. People leave trace evidence behind. People leave other evidence behind. There's biological evidence. There's fingerprints. There's a whole array of evidence to get left when a crime occurs. So I have evidence, and I have other things. Am I going to sit here and tell you everything? Of course not, because I'm not going to do that. All I'm asking you, Brenda, is I get it. You're between a rock and a hard place. I completely understand that, because John is your boyfriend, okay?
He's my fiance.
Or fiance. I apologize. And I get it, you're between a rock and a hard place. But you also have to understand at this point, you don't want to get caught up into this to where we charge you, okay? If you have knowledge, which you do, then all you need to do is be honest with me. That's it.
So, just like any typical suspect, Brenda, she is convinced that the detective is bluffing, and she stands firm by John, refusing to let the truth slip. But what she doesn't realize is the man she's protecting, he's about to let the truth slip.
I mean, we're being honest, right? We're being real men. We walked up and you went, look at that.
She really don't know much about it.
Brenda doesn't?
No.
Okay. Well, that's one thing I told Brenda, too. It's like, Brenda, obviously, I mean, I don't want to get her in trouble.
Right.
The only way she would get in trouble is if she knows things that you told her or she witnessed things you did.
Right.
And you're telling me that's not the case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're telling me that, was she involved in the murder? No. Okay. Was she present?
It wasn't even.
Was she present when
the murder?
Okay, so what happened?
Okay.
What happened? Tell me.
Well, he was going to rob a friend of mine.
Okay.
After all this, you know.
Okay.
And I said, who are you dealing with? And he told me, I said, he's bad news, dude. I said, call him up and get him to come over, you know.
Okay.
And so I come walking out around the corner, and he's like, and I said, oh yeah, you know, and we sat there and we talked, and he lied a couple times, you know, and I said, no, you don't get to lie. And then finally he admitted, yeah, I sold her for $1,000.
Right.
My daughter didn't tell me she got sold for $1,000. He told me he sold her for $1,000.
Right.
And I said, you're being honest with me? Just like,
right.
And I said, so I'm thinking we can work through this.
Right.
You know, but I'm mad. And I go, why? Why would you? My daughter got a good heart. She wanted to help you out. And then he spit on me. Okay?
Yep.
And that's when he got zip tied.
Okay.
And the sock stuffed in his mouth.
Okay.
And I still wasn't good. And some of I could get down here, and he said no. And I went to grab him, and he come flying down and doing a headbutt. And I lost my cool.
Right.
I went from beating on, and my hands hurt so bad, and I'm doing hammer fist, and then I took a knife out, stabbed him. I don't know how many times, it's quite a bit, because he kept fucking breathing and moving. Then it's like, whoa, you know, you hear that noise.
Right.
It's like, oh, God. You know, there's horrible animals.
Right.
So John had been waiting for Andrew the whole time, and we just found out that he had a knife and a zip tie with him. Yo, this clearly does not seem like John was just there to talk, but that's just the beginning. He's about to reveal even more, making it painfully clear this was not some sudden outburst, that it was planned from the start.
Came back with me driving it.
Okay.
He was in the trunk then.
Oh, he was in the trunk of the Honda.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I took off with it.
Okay.
And then she just, where are you? Get your ass. And I didn't want to tell her.
No, understandably.
So,
right.
So, yeah, I mean, so. But yeah, no, I did it.
All right.
Mm-hmm. I'm not proud of it, you know.
Well, he pushed you.
And he's an idiot because he was going to live.
Right.
I mean, I would have probably beat his ass. I would have untied him.
Right.
And let him swing.
Right.
And try to, you know, or stupid kid.
Right.
You know, just everything. You know, I'm trying to be cool with him, and then he ends up just being a jackass.
Right.
Like, are you kidding me?
Right. So did this happen then at your house?
Mm-hmm.
No, up at the property?
Mm-hmm.
Where did it happen at?
Airway Heights.
Airway Heights, okay. Down in Airway Heights?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when did it happen? Do you remember the date or close?
No, I think it was November.
Of last year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's been about a year.
Okay. So you put him in the trunk of the... So it happened down at Airway Heights,
Mm-hmm.
and then you put him in the trunk of the car out there,
Mm-hmm.
and then where did you drive the car to?
My house.
To your house?
Like I said, he'd be able to go, and he'd be more than happy to
Okay.
show you all his little trinkets but anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you drive home, she's pissed off because where the fuck you been?
Right. But everything's cool and everything. Right. It's like whatever. And then I got rid of the car.
Okay. Where'd you take the car to?
Or by Miller's one stop up north.
Okay. Is that Mr. Pierce's property?
I don't know who's this.
Mark Pierce. Oh, okay. What's
Some old guy, but
it's probably the same guy. What's on the? Let's put it this way.
There was a bus.
Yeah, we were at the property the other day. So, how come you chose up there? Did you?
I knew there was another car that was parked that was broke down. And
Okay.
I knew somebody, and they told me about that, and I said, well, then that car looked just fine sitting there.
Oh, so it didn't look out of place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you parked it there like clear back in November?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm wondering, we were kind of theorizing. I'm wondering if somebody was out there and just needed a f***ing ride and decided,
Hey,
this.
put a battery in it.
Well, oh, is there no battery in it? Oh, did you take the battery out? Oh, when you dumped it?
All right, so we got John talking about all the details, giving everything they need. Brenda still has no clue that he's even confessed, and she's definitely not going to be able to protect him anymore. With John going to be behind bars for a long time, Brenda now knows it's all about survival. So she's going to play that emotion card, trying to throw it on the detective nice and thick, even though she's broken inside with misguided hope. Let's watch what happens.
Well, you may not know it was in the car, but you know that John killed him, and I know you know that. So I'm just
Why would you
saying,
say that I know that?
because I've talked to a whole bunch of people. This wasn't a secret that was well kept among some people. So all I'm saying is, just be honest with me. I mean, look at this. Do you not think that Andrew's a piece of shit? I get it. But in the eyes of God and the eyes of everything else, we have to make this right for whatever happened. And there's mitigating circumstances. And I'm going to talk to John, okay? And I will ask John. I mean, I get it. I get the anger. I get what he did to his daughter. I can understand that stuff, okay? I can understand that as a father.
I don't think you do.
As a father.
I don't think you do unless you've had that walking his steps or my steps. Would you understand that?
Well,
to have your daughter tell you exactly what she told us,
right.
And there's nobody was doing nothing for her,
No,
for anybody.
Well, and I guess you're right. I guess the only thing I can tell you.
And why haven't there been any follow-up?
Well, it sounds like what you told me was, it's because Stephanie, I don't know. I understand.
We made the initial complaint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, and then never got contacted?
No.
Okay, that's bullshit. I agree.
Yeah, you think so?
No, I'm totally with you. I didn't know about it.
Then how come I've never seen you mark down Jones? Ever.
Okay.
Mark down Jones. Who's Jones?
Well,
you tell me.
Well, that's something I will look into.
Please do, and I want to know.
Okay, and I will. That's my plan. Yeah.
Because I might have a lawsuit going on, okay?
Okay.
Because there has been nobody helping my daughter, and then she ended up down in California and got again.
Right.
Watching Brenda, she almost seems proud of what she did. And both her and John are sticking to the same story. Brenda's claiming that Andrew pushed her into the night, but there's no direct evidence to back that up. Once more, Andrew, he was diagnosed autistic, which makes the situation even more tragic. And get this, during the murders, Brenda kept repeating the song, "Crying, crying, crying," as Andrew begged and cried for help while he was being tortured. So with all of these factors, the statements that John and Brenda are making right now really don't matter a diddly shit.
Okay, were his feet zip tied at that point too?
No, not at that point.
Not at that point, okay. So after you leave with him in the car...
No.
No? Oh, no.
No, I got him right there, because when he comes flying headbutting at me, right, it's on and cracking.
Gotcha.
And then I'm trying to stuff him in the trunk, and then he throws his feet out at me, and then that's when I grabbed his feet and zip tied him, and I said, no.
Gotcha.
No.
Gotcha.
I said, you're being stupid, and then he comes lunging out, and it's like, that guy is a idiot.
Right.
But if he would have listened to me
Right.
and went and talked to Mar or any of those other guys, right?
Right.
They would have told me, yeah, leave him alone.
Yeah.
Don't do nothing stupid.
Don't push
I
him.
mean, why do you want to go there?
Right.
I get along with just about everybody.
Right.
But you want to come doing stupid shit, I'm not running.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it.
Mm-hmm. Any one of the...
So it sounded like there was more than one knife?
No, this is just that one.
Just the one. Okay. Okay. So that occurred in the trunk then?
Hmm?
That occurred in the trunk is where you stabbed him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I know you said earlier quite a few times, but you're not sure the exact.
7, I think.
7. And where at about? Do you remember where you stabbed him? Right in the torso?
Okay. Probably would have got a rib or two, I would think, also.
Right. Okay.
Saying, I mean, I don't know. When that knife made it feel like butter. It was the strangest feeling.
Oh, really?
It got horrible.
Oh,
Horrible.
gotcha. Okay. So the people that out there in Airway Heights,
They knew nothing about
did they see what happened outside at all?
No.
So all that happened outside,
Back behind their house.
back behind their house.
Mm-hmm.
So the initial discussion, when he first saw you, that was inside the house where he went.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, you were waiting outside for him.
Yeah, he never made it in.
Oh, so he never got in. Oh, okay. So you were waiting for him outside. Did he drive out there, walk, or how did he get
Yeah,
there?
somebody dropped him off.
Oh, okay. So you just kind of stood in the shadows and waited?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you were saying earlier your intention when you first went out there wasn't to kill him.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, okay.
No.
So what was your
I was
intention?
gonna stop a robbery.
You're going to stop the robbery and then you wanted
And I
to
wanted
talk
to
to him.
confront him. I wanted
Okay.
to beat his
Okay,
head.
gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So when you put the zip
And I
ties,
don't know if I can beat his maybe,
Right.
maybe not.
Right.
Right.
so when you put the zip ties on, was your intention after you got the zip ties on was to beat his ass?
No.
No? Oh.
No, yeah, we were still gonna, I was gonna let him.
Or did you put the zip
I
ties?
was, just so he wasn't hitting me while I was driving down the road.
Oh,
I
okay.
wasn't gonna put him in the trunk.
You weren't going to what?
I wasn't gonna put him in the trunk.
Okay.
He was gonna be riding.
So you plan on taking him somewhere else to
up
fight then?
Yeah, and up at that park.
Oh.
Denver Park, whatever that.
You were going to go out there and kick his
Yeah, I was gonna go.
That was your
untie
intention.
him, and he's right by his house.
Gotcha. So when we looked in the trunk of the car, there was a certain item back there. Obviously, there was the body, but then there was another item back there. It was,
A concrete block.
yes, what was the deal with that?
I smashed him in the head with it.
Oh, okay. When did that, in the sequence of
Before I
events,
stabbed him.
before you stabbed him? Where'd you hit him at? Just in the head?
Okay.
Did it knock him out, or was he still awake? Or?
Well, it knocked him out,
Okay.
but he was still breathing.
Oh, okay. And then you started stabbing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and I'm sorry, like I said, these facts go in my mind a million places. As he's going in the trunk, he's already zip tied because he put his hands behind his back. And then did you zip tie his feet when he's outside the trunk, or after you got him in? And then you
After I got him in.
Then you zip tied his feet.
And because it was I wasn't planning on doing nothing.
Right,
He
right.
was supposed to be riding with me, and he's
Right.
doing all this stupid shit.
Gotcha.
And then he's lunging at me
Right.
with his feet.
All right.
And, kicking, and I was like, gee, I'm going to have to get zip tied because I have them in my back pocket.
Right.
Doubled them up, and then, and there you go.
Right.
And I thought about just leaving him in there,
Okay.
and then he started kicking with the zip tie, striking out.
Right.
And it just escalated.
Okay. Was the brick just already in the trunk then?
Mm-hmm.
So, with all of the zip ties, the knife, the sock, the duct tape, all waiting in the car, the evidence was just too much. I mean, if he just wanted to beat him up, he could have done so. He did not have to torture him and continue to beat him. And then when he tried to escape, he just responded by stabbing him multiple times. If this isn't murder, then I don't know what is. And even after all of this, they still thought they were in the right.
So I guess what I'm asking, Brenda, can we go in and can we have an honest conversation?
I don't know anything.
Okay, Brenda, you're not telling the truth. And I'm being completely honest with you. And I've been honest with
So
you.
am I going to be arrested because I don't know anything?
No, what I'm telling you is you need to tell me the truth about what you do know. And you do know things. And I understand the anger that is, welled up inside you. I do understand that. And I
I'm
understand.
sorry, I don't think John should be charged with anything.
Well, John, I, in what you're talking about, correct me if I'm wrong, you're talking about morally, not criminally, based on morally, right? Is that what you're saying?
ethically,
Ethically, right. Okay.
especially when there was no cops that were there when we asked for help.
Right. I know you have knowledge of what happened. I mean, I know that. And this is the problem, okay? You can technically be charged
So
with
if John
you can
and
technically
I-
be charged with a crime.
So if John and I were married, would we still be facing this? Where you'd be asking me questions?
Yes, I would still be asking you questions about what happened. Yes.
You know what? I would go to jail for anything as long as my daughter was safe.
Right.
I would.
Right.
I was like, you know what? I really don't give a shit as long as my daughter is safe.
Right.
My daughter is not being sexually trafficked by some piece of scum
Right.
that sold my daughter for $1,000. Are you kidding me?
I'm not saying I think he's a piece of too.
For $1,000 for drugs, sold my daughter to trafficking rings.
Disgusting. He's a piece
I would go to jail for that again and again and again. And I don't really give a shit. That's my...
I understand why John was f***ing pissed off. I completely understand it. I get it. Tell me the reasons. Tell me about his anger. Tell me so I can put this stuff down to try to help him. Tell me what happened. Did he confront him? Did Andrew say, F you? I don't give a f what I did to your daughter. Tell me what happened. Tell me what led up to this. So I can document this out to say, you know, this isn't a bad
How
man.
do you know
This
it's
is
John.
This is a man they got.
How do you know it's John?
I told you, I got notebooks full. I know it was your husband. That's not even in question.
That's just hearsay.
No,
Does anybody have evidence?
Oh, I got evidence. I've got evidence. Like I said, your husband's in custody right now, so I can guarantee you I have evidence. Otherwise, we don't arrest people if we don't have evidence. We can't do that. The reason your husband is under arrest is because I have evidence, okay? And your husband is going to be booked tonight for murder. But give me some ammunition over here to help him. What happened? Did Andrew piss him off?
I need to speak to an attorney.
Huh?
I need to speak to an attorney.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
I wish I could help you, but I love John, and I'm not going. I didn't do nothing
Okay. Well, that's
to. I didn't do nothing to bring him arrested.
okay. Well, that is entirely your right. Like I said, I haven't charged you with anything,
I just know he's a good dad.
and
He's been a good.
I
This
get
last 2 years have been hell.
I get it. He made a bad decision and he got pissed, and I
Who says it was a bad decision?
well, okay,
I'm telling you, if it was me, I would have done it.
right, gotcha, okay,
And if you were the father and that happened to you and nobody else was following up on it, if your daughter was, you know, you would have done the same thing.
Right.
Don't tell me otherwise.
right.
So even without directly confessing, Brenda has revealed everything the detectives need to know. And as for John, the detective already have his confession, but as the interrogation near its end, the final damning details make the entire situation even worse.
He's zip tied in hands. He won't f***ing quit being a dumbass. You zip tie his feet. He won't shut up. So you put a sock in his mouth and then tape, and then he's still being a
No, and then he's throwing, lunging his feet at.
So that's when you.
And he almost came out.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
So there's a cinder block there. You grab the cinder block and like you just throw it, or you hit him, or how many?
I kind of threw it.
Kind of threw it at his head, hits him, but he's still conscious.
Well, kind of. Really.
Not really. He's kind of out of it then. And then at this point, you take the knife, which you just have in your pocket or coat,
Oh, right on here.
like on a
Clip.
in a clip. So you take the knife, boom, and then just go to town on him. Okay. And you think most of the wounds were in the abdomen?
That's where all of them.
Any in the neck or?
I don't think so.
Okay, so mostly the abdomen.
Stomach and everything.
And then at one point, he kind of starts like what you described as the death.
Clutter,
the
the
girdle.
girdle.
Okay.
What a horrible sound.
And then you realize this went farther than I thought.
Well, yeah, no, even, this is like, oh my
Right.
Like I said, I just sat there.
Right.
That's why I was always mad because I didn't come home. I was just
Gotcha.
freaking
And get you that too. I appreciate it, John. I know this has been hard for you. I appreciate you being honest with me. I get it, and like I said, I just want to thank you for doing the right thing. Well, I know. I want to thank you for doing the right thing. I really do.
Yeah.
Okay?
So let me ask you a question. Do you think that John and Brenda, what they did for their daughter, was justified? Well, the law finally answered, because John was charged with first-degree murder and sentenced to 25 years in prison. And on the same day, Brenda was also charged first-degree murder, and she got 8.5 years in prison. Justice was served.